Sports presents the IBM Channel 3 Game of the Week. Today from Everly Montgomery Field, it's a 4A State High School playoff game between the Air Academy Cadets and the Longmont Trojans. Welcome everyone, I'm Michael Rail along with Greg Herman. Greg, playoff football, isn't it great?
This is the time of year that everyone looks forward to, and it's the reason all the teams get out and play. Big time.
Well, we have all the teams also playing in 4A. We'll take a quick look here at those matchups that are going on across the state of Colorado in the 4A playoffs. There you see Grand Junction is in Fort Collins to take on Pooter. Hinckley is traveling to Fort Collins to play Mitchell. The big game there, Greg, Wheat Ridge against Sierra, taking place tonight down in Arvada at Jeffco Stadium. And there you see Air Academy 8-3 taking on the 9-2 Longmont Trojans. As you and I talked about, it seems as though the bottom bracket is a little bit heavier than the top bracket in the 4A playoffs this season.
Well, in the bottom half of the bracket, you've got the number 1 team, the number 2 team,
yes,
in Wheat Ridge and Sierra, along with Longmont and Air Academy at 5 and 6. So a very tough lower half of the bracket, and some real good football matchups.
Now the winner of this football game will face the Wheat Ridge Sierra winner. Let's take a look at the Cadets players, their key players today in this football game. There you see, what more can be said about this guy? I'll tell you a few of the things actually. Number 20, running back Darian Latimer. Now, Darian is 3 yards away from 3,000 yards for the season. Only 21 high school players in the nation's history, Greg, have rushed for 3,000 yards in one season.
Well, asking some of the Longmont coaching staff what they thought about Darian Latimer, they have acknowledged that they cannot key and try to shut him down, but they realize that he is a big force in their rushing attack. When you liken him to what type of running back he is, last year we saw Tetris Nunn in the state playoffs with Sierra. He's strictly a speed back that got outside and wanted to use his speed. Darian Latimer, he's the type of guy that's going to get the tough yards inside, can run outside, does a real good job of picking his holes and setting up blocks.
Now, we were talking earlier, Latimer actually has had a couple of off weeks, not necessarily off weeks, but he's actually had his average come down where he's only had a 180-yard average the last 2 football games. So that shows you when you're getting 180 yards just what kind of a season he has had.
Well, he has had 6 300-yard games so far this season. As the competition's getting a little tougher, though, as you mentioned, his average is starting to come down a little bit.
Taking a look now at the key player defensively for the Cadets, it is number 28, Steve Lind. Now, Steve will have to cover the Trojan wideouts, Polder and Spath. It'll be important for the Trojans to mix it up.
The Trojans have a very potent passing game, but most teams come in and they want to try to stop West Daniels. The defense that the Air Academy Cadets use is one that is designed primarily to stop the run. So looking at Longmont being forced to go to the air becomes very important for Lind to provide that good coverage on some very talented Longmont wide receivers.
Okay, we'll take a break and come back for the rest of this pregame for the IBM Game of the Week with the Air Academy Cadets against the Longmont Trojans. We'll be right back.
Front Range Indoor Flea Market for all your shopping needs and more. Located in South Longmont at 1420 Florida Avenue, just off the Diagonal Highway.
Where can you go to get the best deal on a new or used Ford? Formby Ford, of course. Our relaxed, friendly atmosphere means no high-pressure sales, just the best price on a new or used car or truck. You can spend hours driving from dealership to dealership, or you can come to Formby Ford for a no-nonsense deal. Just 20 minutes away in nearby Fort Lupton. At Formby Ford, you're a lot closer to your next new car or truck than you think. Located at Highway 85 and Weld County Road 16, just north of Fort Lupton.
And welcome back to the Channel 3 Sports Game of the Week. We'll take a check on the Longmont key players in just a moment, but first of all, we have to talk about weather conditions, Greg. Of course, we had figured on at least 6 inches of snow at this point, and look, it's nice out.
Well, the weatherman, and like Coach Kramer said, the one thing he could count on is that they would be wrong.
Yes.
He's wrong. We got beautiful weather, no snow on the ground, and we got 2 great running backs that are going to have a nice fast track to run on today.
That's right. It'll be so key with Daniels and for Latimer. And speaking of the key players for the Longmont Trojans, On offense, no surprise, number 29, Wes Daniels. Daniels has 32 touchdowns and 196 points for the season, on top of nearly 1,400 yards rushing this season.
Well, Wes Daniels had an outstanding game up at Durango last week, and he was just inches away from breaking several long plays, and that was attributable to the field conditions in Durango. Wes Daniels, with his 32 touchdowns, is second only to Darian Latimer.
That's
in
right.
touchdowns in the 4A division.
Absolutely. So two of the best, without a doubt, running backs statewide, but certainly top two in 4A playing here today. Now, on the defensive side of the ball for the Longmont Trojans, when you've got such a great running back as Latimer, well, it's no surprise the defensive tackle, Micah Del Vecchio, is the key player, because the defensive line is going to have to do the best they can to try to offset the offensive line of the Air Academy cadets and stop Latimer.
Well, Micah Del Vecchio is just part of the big picture on defense, and that they're going to have to be very disciplined in order to not have Latimer break off the big plays. Del Vecchio at the defensive tackle, he's going to have to get some pressure in on the quarterback when they go to the passing game to keep the Trojans honest.
Yes.
And he's going to have to maintain backside support whenever the play goes away from him, as well as taking on the offensive line on the runs right at him.
Well, we've been talking about so many things that are key in this game. Let's talk about what the coaches felt are the keys to this football game. First of all, for Air Academy, their coach Mike Roof says, number one, they have to control the ball. Obviously, you can't allow the Trojans to have the football and have long drives. He needs to have his team with the ball in their hands.
Well, the Trojans have always been known as a big strike team, a team that if their offense gets on track are going to put some points on the board. Air Academy, meanwhile, with their great running game, they want to make sure the Trojan offense is on the field as little as possible.
And their second key to the game is make no mistakes. Obviously, if you turn the ball over, especially in the playoffs, the teams are just too darn good. They're going to make you pay for it.
Especially when you're playing at the other team's home field.
Right.
And this crowd today should be fired up. Some mistakes will play a big role. Air Academy's got to cut them down, because now they're playing some of the tough Northern Conference competition.
On the other side of the ball, Coach Gordon Kramer talked about what would be the keys to the game for the Longmont Trojans. Number one, he says, mix it up on offense. Yes, you have Wes Daniels, but you have quarterbacks and Martinez, and who can also get the job done, and the wideouts that we already mentioned in Polder and Spath.
Well, talking to the Trojan players before the game, they expect Air Academy to come out and try to key on Wes Daniels. And their eyes lit up when they realized that if they try to take away Wes Daniels, that leaves Martinez, Polder, Spath, the tight ends, and look for the tight ends today to play a big part in the offense going against the defensive front 8 that they put up on the line by Air Academy. So the Trojans, they want to spread it around, and they think they can do it today.
And also John Gaddis will be real important there. And the second thing for Trojans, no surprise, on the defensive side of the ball, they want to control the running game of Air Academy. If they can force Air Academy to throw the ball, obviously that'll be a big plus.
This is not the first time this Trojan defense has seen big backs putting up big numbers. Last year in the state playoffs, and we're going to talk about it a little later, but they saw Tetris Nunn. They were able to hold him down. They were able to hold down the running back from Pooter, Thomas, to virtually no yardage.
Right.
And now they just got another good, big running back that they've got to try to shut down his running game.
One of the best in this state, well, the best all time in Darian Latimer. No one has ever rushed for more yards in a single season than he has. You know, as we mentioned last year, Longmont made it to the second round, the quarterfinals last year, and lost to Sierra. They definitely want to keep it going this year.
Well, the Trojans have a winning streak of 6 years in a row winning in the first round.
Right.
Last couple years they've gone out in the second round both to Hinckley and to Sierra. This year they don't want to fall prey to another Colorado Springs football team.
Okay, we'll come back with the kickoff of the IBM Channel 3 Sports Game of the Week right after this.
The Longmont Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic is proud to sponsor our local athletes. Serving the St. Vrain Valley for 25 years, the clinic is available to treat a complete range of musculoskeletal problems and diseases with a staff of 6 certified orthopedic surgeons. For an appointment, call 772-1600 or visit the Sports Medicine Clinic, now open Saturdays from 8 to 9:30 a.m. for a consultation or treatment.
Every 3,000 miles, your car needs its oil change to help keep it running smoothly. At Grease Monkey, our experienced technicians can take care of all your car's fluid maintenance needs. We specialize in quick lubes, so you can have your oil change in just 10 minutes, and no appointments are necessary. So stop in and relax. We'll do all the work while you wait. There's no reason to go anywhere else, because Grease Monkey guarantees your satisfaction. Do yourself and your car a favor by going to Grease Monkey, 1230 Florida Avenue, just off the Diagonal Highway.
A beautiful smile is one thing you can wear your whole life. And Dr. Richard McManaman has been helping make beautiful smiles in Longmont for over 20 years. Effective and affordable, modern orthodontics will improve the health and longevity of your teeth, whether you're young or old. Dr. McManaman offers free consultation, plus convenient evening hours and flexible payment plans. Call 772-7722 for an appointment or visit Dr. McManaman in the Centennial Shopping Center next to Safeway in Longmont.
Since 1904, Golden's companies have been supplying construction materials to the large building projects as well as the homeowner putting in a backyard patio. A diversified company, we provide affordable materials from our concrete plants, sand and gravel mines, andesite quarry, and contractor's supply store. But our most valuable resources are the customers we serve, and we take pride reclaiming our land to benefit the environment. Golden's companies, 5 generations serving the Front Range with a tradition of excellence.
Hi, this is Bob Donner from Hayek Chevrolet in Longmont. You asked for a great new American car, a car you can be proud to own, a dependable car you know will go the distance. No matter what you're driving right now, we think you'll be impressed with Lumina value, quality, and style. The Chevrolet you asked for is here at Hayek Chevrolet. Lumina is that good and is genuine Chevrolet.
And we are back for the Channel 3 IBM game of the week. 4A state playoffs, Greg, as we mentioned.
This is going to be a good one today. 2 teams, Longmont with 2 losses in the conference, and since those 2 losses, Michael, have come back very strong.
Well, they lost that game to Pooter we had here on Channel 3. That was such a tough loss, overtime. Big game. They dropped the next game the next week to Rocky Mountain. And not get ready here for the kickoff.
And Michael, not to make excuses, but that also following the loss of their teammate,
right,
Walker, who combined with the loss, really an emotional roller coaster for the Trojans.
Here is the kickoff, and it's away downfield. Ball's bouncing around. Picking it up is Daniels. Gets some blocking, gets away, and moves upfield. 1st and 10 at that point for the Trojans. Starting at the 18.
Michael, I think that Wes Daniels thought that ball was going to go into the end zone, and it does not.
Okay, here's the line. Sullivan, Gertizer, Goki, Gaddis, and Berderis. Martinez, Daniels, Gaddis, Polder, McCleve, and Morse in the backfield for the Longmont Trojans. 1st and 10 again, ball at the 18-yard line. Martinez comes out as quarterback. They throw the ball out Polder's way. He has the catch, and he has some good yardage. Keeps his feet beneath him and moves upfield past the 40-yard line to the 43-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 after about a 15-yard pickup on that play. Excuse me, 25-yard pickup on that play.
Well, Michael, the Trojans think they can do this all day long. They've seen something in the Air Academy defense, thinking they can swing the pass out in a hurry, which will force the safeties to have an outstanding game if Air Academy is going to be successful.
Morse in motion. Here's the pitch to Daniels. He is stacked up and knocked down after about a 3-yard gain. 2nd down near the 45-yard line. Here's the defense. Gibson, Voss, Steinmaster, Williams, and Whitman. Romacek, Solomon, Lind, Malign, Latimer, and Nelson make up the defensive backfield. Second down.
Michael, one thing to notice, Air Academy got a lot of players playing both sides of the ball.
Yes, we'll talk about that later. The pass from Tom Martinez is incomplete. intended receiver was John Gaddis. 3rd down and 8. And that's a good point, as we'll look at that when the offense of the Air Academy Cadets gets out on the field. Come that 4th quarter, when you're playing both sides of the ball, it gets to be real tough. Longmont doesn't have players going on both sides of the ball, strictly offense and defense. Big 3rd down here for the Trojans, just inside the 45-yard line. Here they go, they throw trying to get the wide receiver screen, but the pass was a bit high for Jeff Polder.
Well, talking to the coaching staff before the game, they thought that inside receiver screen was going to be a big play today. That time, Air Academy doing a good job covering the ball. Don't think Polder would have had much room to make the 1st down.
Absolutely, I think they had that one defensed, even if Polder pulls that one in. It would have been tough for him to get downfield. 4th down now and 8. Here's the snap. It's away. Aaron Gabler punting. There's a fair catch called. And Steve Lynn calls for the fair catch. And we'll have it spotted at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Air Academy team at that point.
Good job on the punt that time by Gabler, getting good hang time, forcing the fair catch. Trojan coverage was converging upon the receiver.
No score. This will be Air Academy's first offensive drive of the game. We'll go with the power I. Latimer, of course, the big running back in the backfield. We'll hand the ball to the up man and get about 3 yards there on the run. Handing off to number 33, John Solomon.
Everybody in the stadium expecting Latimer to get that carry to get him over 3,000 yards early, but Latimer decoy on that play.
He needs 3 yards to reach 3,000 for the season. 2nd down. Here's the handoff to Latimer, driving hard, and is able to get out past the 30. That'll do it. He goes over 3,000 yards on the season.
6 yards on the pickup. We have him on isolation camera. We'll watch him here as he works his way into continued high school record history here.
Record-setting run. That is the play there where you see the first running back in the history of the state of Colorado to go over 3,000 yards rushing in one season. But it's 1st down and 10. Latimer has the ball and is knocked down after a good surge by the offensive line. And we'll take a look at the Air Academy offense. Wright, Camillo, Lozano, Lawrence, and Fredericks. The big, good offensive line in front of Latimer. The backfield, Geek, Latimer, Solomon, Whitman, Peterson, and Puckett. 2nd down now and about 3 for the Cadets. And off to Latimer. This time he is met in the backfield and unable to get away by number 48, Shane Stevens. The linebacker comes through there with the big tackle.
A couple weeks ago, we saw Shane Stevens for the first time. We're going to take a look at it here on the replay. Just a sophomore, got a lot of playing time against Greeley Central. Meets Latimer head on in the hole. Latimer has nowhere to go.
Even though he didn't knock him down on the first hit, he did the good thing, Greg, and that was go down, grab his feet so he couldn't get away, and then had help bringing him down. 3rd down now for Air Academy. Single back. Latimer in motion. He'll get the handoff. Runs into some trouble. Still trying to get outside. He will, and he will be very near the 1st down. We'll have to see the spot.
They put Latimer out on the wing, run the wing counter with him, gets his blockers and guards pulling for him.
You see the line up here for the defensive line. DeVecchio, Markley, Evans, Rafferty, and Koseski. 4th down and 1. Here's the backfield. Stevens, Miller, Ramirez, Wheeler, Munoz, and Bernard. So the Trojans have held.
As we look at him going into punt formation, just real quick, Latimer doing a good job. Trojan defense had actually stopped him. Latimer just stutter step, almost gets the 1st down.
Find a little bit of room and nearly got there. The kick is away. Daniels is back to receive. He's up. He has it. He comes upfield, has some room, and is cut underneath at the 45-yard line. Coming down for the tackle there.
Latimer and Lynn were down there early, right as Daniels caught the ball, but Daniels just splits the gap, picks up a good 15 yards on the return.
And Sean Voss stops Latimer from getting more yardage. Now we're going to have an officials timeout at this point, and they're going to talk here. You know, I'll tell you something, Greg. It looked as though one of the Longmont players raised their hand for a fair catch. Now, I'm wondering if they are discussing if that's what happened. And then Daniels took off with the ball, but, well, they've discussed whatever it is.
Well, they've made their decision, and the officials actually come over to Kramer and said that a little bit of wave. The Air Academy coaching staff not very happy.
Yeah, they are very disappointed because I thought there had been a fair catch called, not by West Daniels, by one of the up men. Okay, Martinez is the quarterback again. Power I. In motion goes Polder. Here's the handoff to Gaddis. He gets good yardage, about 8 on the run into Air Academy Field at the 46.
The Trojan offense was sputtering earlier in the season, running the single back, double tight end set. They moved John Gaddis into the backfield, and since then the Longmont offense has just been rolling.
Second down now. Here's the handoff to Daniels. He gets through. He'll have the first down. Held up there and brought down by Brian Singmaster. But it is a first down. Ball will be marked at about the 44-yard line. No change at this point. We have not seen Aaron Gabler at quarterback. It's been Tom Martinez. Again, they hand the ball off to Gaddis. He gets ahead for good yardage. That first back through so far has done well.
Well, you talk about Tom Martinez not rotating with Gabler. Tom Martinez now is feeling as healthy as he has since the knee injury suffered earlier in the season. Just real quick, want to finish the thought on John Gaddis. He has provided that additional blocking for West Daniels and also given protection to the quarterbacks in the passing game.
It's been a big difference. Here's the handoff to Daniels. This time, nice hole. Again, fighting for good yardage. He's going to be short of the first down by a couple. He'll get to the 35-yard line. The Cadets stack him up there, hold him a couple yards shy of the first down. We'll have 3rd down and 2 here.
And they're going to bring in the Baby Bull offensive set.
Matt Markley comes in.
Markley comes in. He'll be in the backfield along with Gaddis and West Daniels.
They bring out Kent Spath whenever they make that move, so you can expect they're going to try to power this one straight ahead for the first down.
Michael also a double tight end set.
Yep. Send Markley in motion. Here's the pitch to Daniels. He has blockers. He has the first down, and he's down near the 30-yard line. Another first down.
Later on in the short yardage situation, watch for Longmont to do a little X block up front, try to pop their fullback away on a big gain. They think with this offensive set in short yardage situation that they can get one of the big guys loose up the middle.
It is 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Here's the handoff to Daniels. He comes back the other way, has a big hole. He's into the secondary and running hard down inside the 15.
We've mentioned it time and time again this year. West Daniels listed at 5'8", 165 pounds. Does not run like a small running back, runs hard, and is difficult to pull down. You see him right there. Stood up by the defense, just keeps the legs plugging.
Yes, but that was the strong safety who had to stand him up there. 15 yards downfield, 1st and 10. Ball just inside the 15-yard line. Trojans driving here in the first quarter. Hand off to Gaddis. He is met right at the line of scrimmage and knocked down for maybe a slight loss on the play. Mike Romanchek was right there.
The interior of the Cadet line is going to be difficult to run on. Air Academy runs basically a 6-2 front.
Right.
The 2 inside linebackers line up right in the gaps, and every lineman lines up in a gap. So unless Longmont can make a decision and cross block off well, they're not going to have a lot of holes up the middle.
Here's the pass. It is through the hands of Aaron McCleve. Thrown just a little bit out in front of him by Tom Martinez on that play. 3rd down and 9 now. 4:13 remaining here in the first quarter. No score.
Michael, one of the things to watch for is a lot of quick hit passes, just like they just tried, because we mentioned the 2 linebackers that line up over the center. First thing they do is they come as if it's a run. Once they read pass, they drop back fast. So you can hit a quick pass. Those linebackers aren't back in their zones yet.
Here's a big 3rd down play. Looking downfield, Martinez slips. Still looking, he'll throw the ball into the end zone, and that is a touchdown to number 84, Jeff Polder. In the back of the end zone, Polder just ran to an open spot there and pulls down the touchdown pass. Great effort there from Tom Martinez to buy the time, slip through a would-be sack, and throw the touchdown strike from about 15 yards out. 6-0, Trojans lead, 4:11 remaining. Extra point attempt coming up. There's the kick, it's up, and it is good. 7-0, the Trojans lead the Cadets with 4:11 remaining here in the first quarter.
Well, Michael, when we take a look at this replay, you're going to see an excellent job by Tom Martinez progressing through his patterns. He checks the first one, which was Spath. Good coverage,
yes.
Very good coverage on Spath. He has to step up into the pocket, progresses to the tight end over the middle. He's not there either. Finds Polder off in the corner. Just a great job by Martinez rolling through the progression of the patterns.
Polder ran straight into the end zone, and then once he saw his quarterback was in trouble, he started running straight towards the, straight to an open area, which was the back side, near side of the end zone, and was able to catch the pass there for the touchdown. All right, kicking the ball off is Jason Colbert to the Cadets. Trojans leading. Here's the kick, high up into the air. It comes down to Steve Lynn. Lynn gets upfield, has some blocking straight up the middle, and has a good return out to the 30-yard line.
A 20-yard return by Lynn, running straight up the middle.
Okay, they'll take over there. The Cadets will. 1st and 10, ball just inside their own 30-yard line. Trojans with a good drive there have taken the lead. See if Air Academy can answer. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Trying to get forward is Latimer. He will for just a couple.
Mike Evans on the tackle up high. Shane Collins again. Shane Stevens, check that. Shane Stevens down low. Mike Evans taking him high. That's the way you got to bring down the good running backs.
That's right. Short gain.
They have yet, except for the wing counter, yet to try to get Latimer outside. We were told early that he does run tough between the tackles.
Yes, he does. Obviously trying to establish between the tackles, but at any point here, expect them to try to get him outside. Here's the pitch as they're going to try it right now. He'll cut upfield, but great pursuit from the Trojan defense as a host of people, including number 63, Micah Del Vecchio, who we said in our key players was going to have a big game, helps bring Latimer down.
Well, one of the things Air Academy probably has not seen this year is what Longmont brings on defense.
Right.
They are a little bigger than Air Academy on defense, and right now they look to be a little quicker, with the exception of Latimer.
I think with the exception of Latimer, Longmont has a quicker team both sides of the ball and a bigger team. 3rd down here and a long 6. Straight drop by Geek looking downfield. The pass is away and knocked down by number 45, Jeff Miller. The linebacker comes up with the big play.
And Jeff Miller always around the ball. If it's a quarterback sack, Miller's usually back there, as that pass was intended to Blake Whitman. But Miller on the coverage jumps in front of the receiver just enough to get a hand on it. Hopefully later on in this game we can ISO Jeff Miller like we did a couple weeks ago and watch him make some of those huge impact plays.
Okay, 4th down and 6 with 2:24 remaining here in the first quarter. Wes Daniels is a single back, as the Trojans aren't going to put they're going to move some people back now. Here's the kick, it's away. Daniels is running up on it. He'll get good yardage, back past the 50-yard line, down to about the 48-yard line, a 12-yard return. Again, the Trojans will have excellent field position after the punt.
Well, usually on a long punt, a punter can out-kick his coverage. This time on the short punt, Wes Daniels had to come up in front of his blocking, but still has a decent return on the low line drive.
And actually, Latimer pursued past the actual reception on the ball downfield, allowing Daniels to get upfield for 12 yards. First down now. Here's the handoff to Gaddis inside. He'll break ahead for about 3-4 yards.
Once again, Michael, watch that play as the day progresses. They think that if they can pop that big fullback through the initial point of attack, they think that they can get him out one-on-one on the safety and possibly beat him to the end zone.
Here's our first swap of quarterbacks. Martinez comes out. Number 12, Aaron Gabler, is now in the backfield for 2nd down and 7. Here is the handoff, goes to Daniels. He gets good blocking, breaks outside. He's into the defensive backfield and is brought down by Darian Latimer, but not before a big gain down to about the 33-yard line for Wes Daniels, as we see here on the replay.
Well, Gabler comes in, gives a little off-tackle handoff. Daniels kicks it to the outside, gets a good block from Polder. Safety's back there to make the tackle.
1st and 10, ball at about the 33-yard line. Under a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Here's the option. Martinez is going to keep and is going to be hit hard at the line of scrimmage. He'll get ahead for maybe a yard or 2.
Pretty good decision by Martinez, not a clear path.
We're going to have a personal foul come against the Air Academy team. Someone continued to say something.
Michael, actually what I think this was, I think number 51 out there, Mike Williams, is trying to get his teammates fired up. Seeing a lack of response from him, just continues and maybe gets something from the officials.
Now,
you look at Mike Williams as Latimer walks up to him.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Latimer's up there pleading his case, saying, hey, he's talking to us. He's not talking to you guys.
Right.
Don't call the foul. He's talking to us, trying to get us fired up.
Unsportsmanlike conduct call, but a tough call against the Cadets. That'll move the ball down to inside the 15. Just outside, I should say, the 15. Here's the handoff to Gaddis. We're going to have penalty flags dropping. Expect this one to go against the Trojans.
We had mentioned it earlier in the year. One of the reasons the Trojans switch quarterbacks on plays is it gets them a chance to get the quarterback over to the sideline, get a play into his head so he doesn't get too hyped up, too keyed up, gets him back in the game, knowing what he's got to do as Tom Martinez now works his way back in.
And it looks as though one of the starters for the Air Academy team, number 33, John Solomon, a linebacker and running back, their blocking back, is heading off the field at this time. He must have had an injury. He is the blocking back for the Cadets and also a linebacker as he heads off to the locker room. So we'll try to check on his injury. It's now 1st and 15. Martinez is back in. He'll fake the handoff to Daniels. Looking downfield, going to throw the ball. It gets outside to number 81, Aaron McCleve, and McCleve will get about 9 yards on the run there, or excuse me, on the pass. Caught the ball and ran ahead for about 9-yard gain. Second down here and 6. 41 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Martinez looks, fakes the handoff, looking again for the pass, has some pressure, but gets it off, and going near the end zone. It is going to be marked just at the goal line as number 81, Aaron McCleve, put his head down and was cut under. I thought he might have been able to get in there, but they're going to call it 1st and goal. Ball inside the 1-yard line with 31 seconds remaining as the Trojans looking to get a couple of touchdowns here in this first quarter.
Once again, tight ends are going to play a big part in today's game. Dual tight end set as you see Wes Daniels going into the middle for the touchdown.
Yep, they had that big full house backfield, and Wes Daniels follows the blocking of Markley and Gaddis into the end zone for a touchdown. So with 15 seconds now remaining in the first quarter, the Trojans have struck a second time. And they'll line up here for the extra point with Jason Kohlberg. Martinez the holder. The snap, the kick is up, and it is no good. Wide right to the far side of the field, so the score will remain 13-0 with 15 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. That drive helped along by that unsportsmanlike conduct call. Air Academy definitely, Greg, needs to establish something here on this drive.
Well, on that drive, the Cadets looked a little unemotional. And number 51, Mike Williams, who got the penalty, I believe, from what it looked like up here, it looked like he was trying to fire up his team. Gets the flag. The big penalty helps the Trojan cause, but once again, good execution by the Trojans.
We'll say this, the Trojans were driving well. Here is the kick. It's a short one, trying to keep the ball away from the good return men. That kick went down to Mike Romanchek. And Romanchek, with 9 seconds here remaining in the first quarter, gives Air Academy the ball. 1st and 10, Alden Rafferty with the tackle. Ball will be marked at the 29-yard line. This should run out the first quarter, and it does at the end of one. The Longmont Trojans have to be pleased. They lead the Air Academy Cadets 13-0.
In the constantly changing world of real estate, there is one company with the advantage of a name recognized by 98% of Americans, and the people who can deliver results as solid as the rock. Prudential, rock solid in real estate.
And we are back for the start of the second quarter. Again, the Trojans lead 13-0.
Trojans have been on a roll since a 2-game loss. They're continuing to roll here through the first quarter. 14-0 over Air Academy, and Darian Latimer, 13-0, sorry, Darian Latimer yet to get untracked.
Does not have a real big run yet. Straight drop here. They're going to get the ball out to Latimer. He pulls it in. Good catch. Has some room. He's down the sidelines. He's at the 40 and outside to the 45-yard line for a 16, 17-yard run on that play.
And on the sidelines, getting shoved out of bounds. And at the end of this, you will see the Air Academy coach going down. Just a good job going up and getting it. And you see this little deceptive burst of speed. Jeff Miller gets him down, knocks out the coaching staff also.
They spot the ball outside the 40, so it will be 1st and 10 there, about a 12-yard pickup on that run. Here they go, the handoff to Latimer. He gets some room, but again is knocked down by the big defensive line, closing quickly there. Quite a few Quakers, including
Micah Del Vecchio down low. Also on the play was Eric Wheeler.
Free safety comes in.
Trojans doing a good job high-lowing Latimer on the plays.
If you're going to bring down a guy who has over 3,000 yards running, you want as many people on him as you can.
And I'm not going to mention names, but one of the coaches on the Longmont staff equated him to a Barry Sanders type of runner, so that tells you that they got to be very good at tackling him.
2nd down now. About 8. Here's the pitch to Latimer. He'll cut upfield, but again, big defensive effort. Is only get about a yard or 2 on that run. Quite a few Longmont players in the mess there. Let's see who comes up from the bottom.
Mike Evans comes up limping a little bit, but Mike, several assists on the tackles today.
Yes. Evans, one of the first ones to get to Latimer. As it'll be 3rd down now and 6. Big play for Air Academy. They definitely don't want to give the ball back to the Trojans. Straight drop by Geek. He throws the ball, but behind his intended receiver, which was number 42, Blake Whitman.
And Geek, as he walks up to his offensive line, points a finger at Jeff Miller and says, someone's got to get this guy.
Yep.
Had to throw off the back foot before he was ready.
Tell you what, Whitman, if he can complete the pass, had first down yardage. It brings up fourth down. Fourth down and 6. Here's the kick away. Williams is the kicker. Daniels catches it over the shoulder, looking upfield. He'll get outside. He is wrapped up. No, still going, but skips down to about the 30-yard line. We'll call it the 29. First and 10 there for the Longmont Trojans with 10:18 remaining in the first half and a 13-0 lead.
As always, Trojans showing that potent defense. Doing a good job and setting up the offense back in business right now. Air Academy is not controlling the ball.
West Daniels has a big hole, gets outside. Tell you what, a big tackle there by number 18, Mike Malign. As Malign may have saved a touchdown, he certainly saved quite a few more yards from West Daniels.
Mike Malign, the type of player when you walk out on the field in pregame catches your attention, and you see why there. Textbook tackle, getting the arms ready and engaging the player.
Here's the handoff to Daniels. Again, Malign, but this time Malign gets blocked, and Daniels gets downfield to about the 43-yard line of the Cadets. It'll be first and 10 there for the Trojans, as they are just blowing off the line of scrimmage and also getting the blockers downfield.
Well, Jeff Hagemeyer is doing a great job, as is Aaron McCleve on the safety, and just providing all kinds of room for West Daniels.
Well, Malign was out there and had a shot, but just before Daniels got to him, the block came, and West was able to get about another 8 yards. Ball at the 43-yard line. They're going to do a checkoff. They're going to throw the ball downfield. Unable to come down with it is Aaron McCleve. Play action pass there. Bring up second down and 10 as Marquinez is unable to get it to his tight end.
Real quick, Michael, with just an update on John Solomon, and injured his shoulder, but they do expect him back in the game. They took him into the locker room to tape him up. Want to thank one of our spotters in the booth today, Michael Seedorf, helping us out.
Helping us out there. Thank you very much. Here's the handoff, goes to Daniels. Again, he has room, and again, it's Malign who has to come up and make the tackle in the defensive backfield after a gain of at least 7 there for West Daniels, who's up to 77 yards now with 8:50 remaining in the first half.
Looking down on the sidelines right now as the Trojans come up to the ball, we see Mike Evans being taped, having his ankle taped. Mentioned that he came up limping earlier.
Third down and 3. Hand the ball off to Daniel straight up the middle. He has the first down and more. And again, Malign catches him, but not before 8 yards are picked up by West Daniels. First down again. Ball now spotted at the 28-yard line.
Well, as you see West Daniels heading through the line, they popped a big hit open early. And we had mentioned earlier, too, that Longmont wants to make the safeties from Air Academy have good games. And right now, Malign is playing a big part in the game, but
sure is.
The Trojans are getting a lot of yardage.
Gaddis again, they do the quick hit up the middle. He'll get a couple on that run near the 25-yard line. Second down and 8. Singmaster with the tackle there for Air Academy.
Because you're trying to slip off and jump pass. And the straight ahead route is going to hold him up. Instead of get him before they can throw it.
Here's the handoff, handed to Daniels. He has some room. He's into the backfield, still running hard. Latimer helps bring him down inside the 10-yard line with number 37, Mike Romanchek.
Couple things on that play. Watch him on the replay here as you're seeing West Daniels learning that Malign goes down low, just jumps over him. And the other big thing is that Malign comes up hanging a shoulder. That could be a big break for the Trojans. Wes Daniels continuing to rack up the yardage.
Well, Moline is going to come off the field. He is definitely injured.
Came up hanging the shoulder just a little bit. It looked like he got a stinger.
He came up injured and went over. One of the referees saw that he was hurt, so he has to come out of the game. That's what the Air Academy coaches are saying. Hey, he wasn't injured, but as you mentioned, you saw, Greg, and we did hear that he was hurt when he first came up. But it'll be first and goal, ball just inside the 10-yard line. The big backfield is send Markley in motion, which means they'll pitch the ball to Daniels. This time, though, good defensive effort there. And bringing him down with the tackle is number 62, Robin Lawrence.
Well, that play made possible by the cornerback, Matt Allen, who just sold out on the toss sweep, came up and forced the play back inside.
Allens came in for just the one play there and comes back out of the game, but you're right, he made a great play there to force Daniels to have to turn the ball upfield quicker than he wanted to. Here's the option. Martinez is caught. Oh, too bad he couldn't pitch. Oh, if Tom can get the pitch off, Wes Daniels has no one around him to the far side of the field to get into the end zone. That'll be a loss of a couple. Third down and goal, ball at the 12.
If he gets this pitch off, we get to see the foot race we're all looking for, and that would have been Wes Daniels and Latimer.
Well, that's too bad because Tom did not look up just a bit late.
And just a great play also by Kerry Shaw.
Here's third down and 12. They fake the handoff, running upfield near the goal line, very near, is the tight end, Aaron McCleve. He is just, inches away from the end zone, bringing up fourth down, and they are going to go for it.
And Michael, that is a great catch as the Trojans take timeout. But that is a great catch by Aaron McCleaves, getting the hand out and just bringing it into that triangle.
A timeout has been taken at this point. We have 6:04 remaining in the first half. Trojans looking to pad their lead. They already have a 13-0 lead and want more, obviously, here on fourth down and a couple inches.
I think the Longmont players wanted to go for it, and coaching staff wanted to make sure they had their ducks in a row before they run this play.
So I want to make sure they have it. This is a big play here. Now, even if you are unable to get into the end zone, you put Air Academy well deep into their territory. And if you kick a field goal and you miss it, the ball will come out to the 20. So this is obviously the correct call here for the Trojans. Let's see if they can make it pay off with 6 points. In the full house backfield, right up the middle, Wes Daniels has it. Touchdown.
Well, that's Wes Daniels' 34th touchdown of the year. Gives the Trojans a 19-0 lead. And a very impressive play. Let's calculate the weight of the lead blocking going through that hole.
You look at the size of Markley and Gaddis.
You got 225 for Markley and Gaddis at
right about 200.
Well, they got him at 190.
They have him at 190. So that's just about 400 pounds. They are going to go for two.
Go for two here.
They'll send Markley in motion. They'll pitch the ball. No, Martinez is going to keep it. He'll throw wide open in the back of the end zone is Aaron McCleve. Great play action pass there. McCleve was wide open. Great call there by the coaching staff.
Talking to the coaching staff before the game, they said that part of their game plan was going to be forcing the safety to try to cover two guys. That time he had both tight ends, Morse and McCleve, that he had to cover. And he kind of split the difference. Martinez had his choice initially. McCleve was wider open. He gets the pass. 2-point conversion.
We'll be back right after this. And we are back here with 6:01 remaining in the first half. The Longmont Trojans with the 2-point conversion lead, 21-0 over Air Academy in this quarterfinal 4A state playoff football game. Ball bounces high. Lynn reaches up, gets it about the 10-yard line, looking for some help now, and is snowed under a sea of blue just inside the 20-yard line, where the Cadets will take over and trailing by 3 touchdowns.
Well, Michael, it's a lot of fun to go to a coaching staff and finally get them to open up and tell you what they're going to do, and then see the team come out and just execute it so well. Right now, the Trojan coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball, they're doing exactly what they said they wanted to do in this game.
We'll try to get a check here on how many yards Latimer has, but he has not broken any big ones. They're going to try and throw the ball. They will. Nearly caught there. That ball was in the hands of Mike Steers. Excuse me, check that. That's Matt Puckett, the intended receiver there.
The one question about the passing game that was known coming into this ball game is that Geek possesses a very strong arm, and the safety sitting on the play still can't get over there in time to break it up, but the pass just a little short.
Just a bit short. 2nd down and 10. Latimer split out this time. See if they run one of those misdirection plays. Well, they're going to try to pass, but in trouble and being hit quite a few. He'll get the ball away, actually, in Latimer's direction. He takes a pop there by number 37, Eric Wheeler. But a great effort by Geek to not come down, as quite a few Trojans had a shot at him in the backfield.
Well, Markley has a shot at him. Evans has a shot at him, along with number 57 there for the Trojans. Alden Rafferty also. And Geek just refusing to go down, gets the ball thrown out. Kind of hangs Latimer up in the air, which the Longmont corner, Eric Wheeler, makes him pay.
Made him pay for that one. 3rd down and 10. Straight drop again. This pass is away, and it is intercepted. Pulled in, going downfield towards the end zone, and slipping before he can get in is Eric Wheeler. He'll be down at the 5-yard line, where it will be 1st and goal after the turnover.
Well, the Trojans in a zone coverage. The safety comes up covering the flats. Corners have deep thirds, and right there you see Wheeler just goes up in the air.
Hold it
We're
down
going to get a look at it now.
To get the interception. You'll see it here.
You'll see Wheeler in the flats, or actually it's the mid-thirds.
Right.
Catches it, almost runs it in, slips down, making a cut to the end zone.
Okay, 1st and goal, ball at the 5, full house backfield again. Send Markley in motion to the high side of the field. Here's the pitch to Daniels. He's driving hard, and he is in for another touchdown, his 3rd of the game. 27-0. The Trojans lead with just over 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Longmont turning it into a rout.
Well, that time a good job on the toss sweep of blocking by Gaddis. Daniels sets it up, just cuts back inside.
Here's the kick. It's up, and it is no good. Again, off to the right. 5:01 remaining here in the first half. Longmont leads 27-0 in this football game.
Air Academy probably wondering how this Longmont team has 2 losses on the season. Trojans had some adversity earlier in the year, and since then they have played outstanding football. And they've done it through just executing well. The toss sweep, get your fullback, your tight end out leading the blocks, let your running back pick his holes, you got a touchdown. 35 on the season for West Daniels.
And counting. That puts him even with Latimer, I believe, or very near anyway. Here's the run. Good run back by Lynn. This time he'll get the ball out just past the 30-yard line. where it will be 1st and 10 there. Air Academy definitely in some need here to get some points. With 4:55 remaining in the first half, they can ill afford to not put something on the board here to try to get themselves back in this football game. Geek remains at quarterback. Here's the handoff to Latimer. He hurdles and is able to get only about a yard and a half on the run. Now, we were talking about some of the great running backs in Colorado State history. Of course, the man whose record that Latimer broke is Terry Miller. Remember Terry Miller, great running back out of Wasson in the Colorado Springs area, went on to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, played down for Widefield.
Excuse me, correct.
Played down in the NFL, or played up in the NFL actually for a couple years. And a lot of Colorado folks very unhappy he got out of the state to play his college football.
Yep. Moved on. Here is the run, and Latimer is unable to get hardly anything. He gets about 2 yards in a cloud of dust, basically, for Latimer in this football game. 3rd down and 6.
And the other running back who was up there in the top of Colorado State history was Daryl Clack, who I believe had a cup of tea with the Cowboys for a while.
Yep. Yeah, Miller moved out of state, as you mentioned. Played his football for Oklahoma State at the college level. We'll talk about Latimer's college prospects after this play. Here they fake the handoff to him. They're going to throw the ball downfield, and this time caught for a 1st down outside the 45 to the 46-yard line. A 1st down to Matt Puckett.
Well, Matt Puckett is 6'2", 150 pounds, just doing a good job of using his body to shield off the corner. Goes up in the air. You see the fake there to Latimer, and Puckett just goes up.
Latimer, I talked to him before the football game, said that there are too many running backs in the Colorado-Buffalo backfield, so he is checking out Duke, North Carolina, Florida State, possible schools that he would like to play football at.
Well, Michael, Colorado's going to have some difficulty recruiting some of the top backs in the area, being that their freshman class had 3 of the top prospects in the top 10.
And Latimer not going to even give Colorado any consideration, but he has some big-time schools there, 2nd down and 6, that are looking at him. With good reason. Latimer stumbling through will get the 1st down. There you see that speed and size that Latimer uses to sort of just skip over a couple of Longmont defenders and get out for the 1st down.
And next time the Trojans have the ball, or a little later on in this game, we'll try to talk about some of the outstanding running backs that have played for the Trojans, though their college prospects have not been the same as Latimer.
Latimer came up, felt that play on his legs. Seems to be okay. They're going to do a straight drop. Geek rolling, looking for somebody. He'll throw the ball, nearly intercepted by number 25, Mike Bernard. Bernard, the cornerback at 150 pounds, had that ball just skip right off his hands and shoulder pads.
Well, Geek, with a lot of pressure on him, threw into 4 Trojans in the coverage and throws behind his receiver.
Under a lot of pressure, is lucky that one was not picked off, as Air Academy has taken a timeout with 1:57 left in the 2nd half. We'll be right back.
Since 1904, Golden's companies have been supplying construction materials to the large building projects as well as the homeowner putting in a backyard patio. A diversified company, we provide affordable materials from our concrete plants, sand and gravel mines, andesite quarry, and contractor's supply store. But our most valuable resources are the customers we serve, and we take pride reclaiming our land to benefit the environment. Golden's companies, 5 generations serving the Front Range with a tradition of excellence.
And we are back here with 1:57 to go in the 1st half. Coach Gordon Kramer trying to get off the field here. After the timeout by the Cadets, they have 2nd down and 10. Again, looking downfield, the pass is away, it's high. Too high to be handled there. Brian Peterson unable to pull the ball down, bringing up 3rd down and 10.
Michael, you mentioned Coach Kramer coming off the field. Coach Kramer always takes the firm control of the defense in his coaching hands. And just like any offensive guard that would have played at Wyoming, wants to coach the defense.
Wants to coach the defense. Excellent job. 3rd down and 10. Geek under a lot of trouble, has to throw the ball away basically. Had nobody to throw to. Good coverage. Bringing up 4th down and 10. The ball at the 44-yard line. Wes Daniels will head back for the punt. Let's see if they are going to, they're going to call another timeout here. It looks like the Cadettes will. And they will take that timeout. One of our sponsors, of course, is IBM, which brings us to, which are you? Your own worst critic or your own best friend? Since there are plenty of others willing to be critics, IBM encourages you to be your own best friend. What does it mean? It means taking the time to listen to yourself, know yourself, and what you feel is important in life. It means believing in yourself to make the right decisions, decisions that are good for you, and recognizing and celebrating all that is unique about you and your talents, your achievements, and everything else important in your life. No matter how great or small, you may make mistakes, but it is believing in yourself and having the effort to go out and achieve them. Most of all, being your own best friends means being willing to take care of yourself no matter what happens, to be willing to say yes to your life and all the positive things it has to offer. It's just another way IBM connects with kids. 4th down, they will go for it here, about have to with 1:47 remaining in the first half. Straight drop, he has time, he'll throw the ball downfield. Nearly intercepted, a couple of Trojans had a chance for that one as Mike Puckett just ran a straight post pattern and then just stopped at about the 35-yard line, enough for the first down, but they were unable to get the pass down there, so Trojans converged and made a good defensive effort.
Well, Puckett runs a little 12-yard out pattern, and Wheeler jumps the pattern, almost picks off his second pass. And the Trojans will go into a hurry-up offense with 1:42 left.
Ball just inside the Air Academy 45. Martinez is going to air it out to Daniels. Daniels cannot make the reception. Hung up there. Daniels tried to get turned around to make the reception. Tyler Nelson was down there on the coverage, but the pass was there. It was just a tough catch for Daniels and unable to pull it down.
Well, if Martinez can get that ball out in front of Daniels, that's another 6 points.
Yep.
Had an opportunity, Michael, while you were reading the IBM spot. Wes Daniels being recruited by major colleges in his own right. CSU and Wyoming looking at him. Wyoming probably pushing the hardest for his services right now.
Definitely. Here's the pass outside, and it goes to number 84, Jeff Polder. Polder will get about 8 yards on the reception. No, I'm sorry, we'll mark that. Call it about 6 or 7. Call it 3rd and 3.
Take a look at the play there. Martinez taps the ball a couple times, and it's gone on the out pattern.
1:27 remaining here in the first half. 3rd down and 3. Hand off to Daniels. He has plenty of room. Looking to get outside. He does. Still on his feet. Still able to get down for a gain of about 12 to inside the 40-yard line.
Tyler Nelson there on the tackle also had coverage on him a little earlier. Usually lines up in the linebacking position.
Great blocking out here. Allows Daniels, as you see, to get downfield. Penalty flags come up. As that will stop the play. And Longmont will have 5 yards marched off against them on a false start. Bring up now 1st and 15.
Put him back at the 44-yard line. 1:12 on the clock, Michael, and the Trojans very aggressive going to the end zone again.
Trying to get downfield. Clock is running. Fake the handoff. Martinez is rolling. He'll throw the ball. McCleve has it again, has some blocks. Keeps going on his feet down inside the 20. We're going to have a penalty flag. Probably going to have a clip against number 84. Jeff Polder. We'll see what the call is. An illegal block will be my guess here.
Good play, but you see a white shirt go flying by McCleve, and looks like the result of a clip, and they're going to call a holding.
Okay. Well, it was one or the other. The play was out there. I believe we're going to see here on Polder, if we're able to catch it. It was downfield trying to get the block. You see McCleve catch it. There's Polder there. Well, if that's the call, that's a tough one.
It could have been back on Brad Morris there.
Yes, maybe on Brad Morris. I believe you're correct.
That's more where the flag was thrown, but you still get the yardage. Then they back you up 10 from there. So it will be about 1st and 2.
Yes, it'll be the spot of the foul is where they'll march off the holding against Brad Morse.
Aaron McCleve has not had a lot of participation in the passing game this year, but in today's game, they're utilizing him quite well. In fact, asked the question before the game if McCleve was going to be a big factor in the game. They said, well, both tight ends will be. He now has 4 catches.
Martinez in trouble, but gets away. Throws the ball downfield in Wes Daniels' direction. It's incomplete as there was contact in the end zone, but that's legal contact. They both have a right to the ball there, Greg.
Well, and right there, the Trojans benefiting from poor footing here on Everett and Montgomery Field.
Exactly, yes. That ball likely, as you say, would have been intercepted. I think the defender hadn't slipped.
Martinez thought he was running out of time. He actually has a little more than he thought. Throws off balance, throws it downfield. Daniels doesn't make the first adjustment to the ball. Tries to come back and make it. Defender falls down.
Lucky it wasn't a turnover. 2nd down and 2 here with 48 seconds remaining in the first half. They get the ball out to Daniels. He is in trouble, and is cut under. Might have gotten a little bit by Mike Williams there after the tackle. Trojans will take time out. Did get about a yard and a half, I should say, bringing up 3rd down and less than 1 at the 30-yard line.
And that actually should go as a running play, as a lateral.
Yes, that was a backwards pass. So,
and the Trojans now need to look at getting the 1st down. 39 seconds left on the clock.
Great crowd here at Everly Montgomery Field. Lots of the Trojan supporters out here for this football game, enjoying what they see. Longmont already leads 27-0 with 39 seconds remaining.
You can see the fans sitting in the reserve section, wishing the stadium may be facing the sun today. We don't have the snow, but we have some of the cool weather that was promised in the forecast.
Well, it's definitely 30 degrees or less, and a little bit of wind coming out of the south, but not too bad. Great day for football. Big 3rd down here. Here's the handoff. Daniels easily has the 1st down.
The Trojans have had no trouble getting a yard when needed today.
They bring in that full house backfield with Markley and Gaddis and are able to get down. And now Markley and Gaddis both hurry off the field as the clock will start now with 33 seconds remaining in the first half. They fake the handoff to Daniels. Martinez is rolling. He'll pass. McCleve has it. McCleve gets away from one tackler, slips, and goes out of bounds. Fortunately for the Trojans, his foot slipped and he went out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. And if he stays inbounds, the clock would have been rolling there.
Well, right now, Aaron McCleve gets his 5th catch of the game and having a big day. Martinez, once again, going through the progression. He wanted Spath on the out pattern, checks off to McCleve underneath, and McCleve doing a good job running with the ball afterwards. Running with the ball after the catch has never been one of Aaron McCleve's problems.
Well, now we have an official's timeout. Again, number 33, John Solomon, has to go off the field for the Cadets, and he is definitely in some pain on the sidelines. It went off earlier, as we told you. Here is the handoff, fake the handoff to Daniels. They pass the ball outside, but good defensive effort there. Unable to get out of bounds is number 42, Brad Morse. And they're going to have to use their timeout. They have no choice in this situation here now. 8 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll have basically one play here, maybe 2. We'll see the good play here defensively.
You see it here, the fake handoff. And Morse just not able to get his feet under him as the ball comes in. And just a good play by the corner.
I believe that was Darian Latimer on the tackle there.
That play is designed, Michael, to get the tight end out there isolation, but Latimer gets to the ball so quick that he catches Morris off balance.
So what do you do here? Do you try to go into the end zone throwing the ball one time, maybe give yourself a chance for a second play, or you have to basically try to put the ball into the end zone. If you pass it, if you run the ball, you only have one play, and they're at the 12-yard line.
I think looking at this, when you come up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to make a decision. If you think that the quick slant is there, you may try that. I also would not be surprised to see them try the wide receiver screen.
Okay, here it is.
Look for Spath on the fade pattern to the corner.
As you said, there it is, to Spath, but overthrown. That will give them another play as they went for the end zone like we figured they would. 5 seconds remaining here in the first half.
That's when you get up on the line of scrimmage, you see what Martinez sees.
Coming
and he
right
sees
at you
the
here.
corner getting inside, which is always going to give you that flag pattern to the outside.
Spath unable to get underneath that. They are going to line up here for the field goal attempt. Far hash mark. Jason Kohlberg. About a 29-yard field goal attempt. It's up and it's good. Kohlberg, who's had some trouble here with his extra points, atones with a field goal from 29 yards out, making the halftime score 30-0, the Longmont Trojans lead. So we will take a break here and come back, talk about the statistics from the first half and also the game to this point. As you see the score, Longmont Trojans lead the Air Academy Cadets 30-0.
Carpet Masters has everything for all your decorating and remodeling needs. Our large showroom offers hundreds of samples of carpet, ceramic, formica, and hardwood flooring, plus a wide variety of custom-made window coverings. Visit our discount carpet center to choose from over 250 rolls of the best brand names in carpet, all at unbeatable prices. Professional installation and financing are available. Carpet Masters and Discount Carpet Center, South Hoover Road, Longmont in the Walmart Shopping Center.
There's only one Blackjack. Blackjack Pizza. Call 776-1900 for takeout or delivery. Have you been to Front Range Indoor Flea Market lately? Front Range Indoor Flea Market is Longmont's largest flea market. Whether you're furnishing your home, decorating, or just collecting, Front Range Indoor Flea Market is the place to go. We've got everything you're looking for at great prices, all under one roof. So visit Front Range Indoor Flea Market for all your shopping needs and more. Located in South Longmont at 1420 Florida Avenue, just off the Diagonal Highway.
Longmont is growing, and many young families have moved to our community. Hello, I'm Dick Solberg, president of the First National Bank of Longmont. For generations, the First National Bank has provided for the local banking needs of Longmont. That hasn't changed. We welcome new families and have the products to provide a cost-effective banking relationship for you. Checking, savings, consumer loans, and even retirement programs are designed for young individuals. I invite you to stop in, open an account, and become acquainted with the First National Bank.
Where can you go to get the best deal on a new or used Ford? 4B Ford, of course. Our relaxed, friendly atmosphere means no high-pressure sales, just the best price on a new or used car or truck. You can spend hours driving from dealership to dealership, or you can come to 4B Ford for a no-nonsense deal. Just 20 minutes away in nearby Fort Lupton. At 4B Ford, you're a lot closer to your next new car or truck than you think. Located at Highway 85 and Weld County Road 16, just north of Fort Lupton.
A beautiful smile is one thing you can wear your whole life, and Dr. Richard McManaman has been helping make beautiful smiles in Longmont for over 20 years. Effective and affordable, modern orthodontics will improve the health and longevity of your teeth, whether you're young or old. Dr. McManaman offers free consultation, plus convenient evening hours and flexible payment plans. Call 772-7722 for an appointment or visit Dr. McManaman in the Centennial Shopping Center next to Safeway in Longmont.
And we are back at halftime of this 4A quarterfinal Colorado High School football playoff. The Longmont Trojans running away from the Air Academy Cadets, 30-0, the halftime score. Let's take a look at the halftime statistics, and you'll see that it's been all Longmont. As you take a look here at the stats, rushing yardage is basically, this is the whole game right there. 140 for the Trojans. The Cadets only 41 yards. The passing also much more in favor of the Trojans, 117-24. 9 of 16 for for Tom Martinez. 2 of 10 for Air Academy. Total yardage 65-257, as Darian Latimer has been unable to get on track. 4 first downs for the Cadets, 14 for the Trojans. There you see the penalties, and Academy has the 1 turnover. Taking a look here at some of the individual statistics, and this is really what makes the difference in this football game. Wes Daniels has 18 rushes for 121 yards, but Darian Latimer has 12 carries for 37 yards, Greg.
The Trojan offensive line seems to be doing a much better job for Wes Daniels today than the Cadets line is doing for Darian Latimer. Latimer looks to be just an outstanding back, but the Trojan defensive line just getting into the backfield before he can get on track.
Okay, Polder has 3 receptions for 46 yards, McLeave 5 for 71. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Welcome to Front Range Solid Wood Furniture. We specialize in bringing you the most beautiful furniture available anywhere. Bedroom sets in contemporary and traditional settings, kitchen and dining room furniture, with an endless choice of chairs, tables, buffets, and hutches, entertainment centers and home office equipment, and much more. Come visit us at Front Range Solid Wood Furniture and see how affordable great furniture can be. We're open 7 days a week at the corner of 4th and Main Street in downtown Longmont. The Longmont Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic is proud to sponsor our local athletes. Serving the St. Vrain Valley for 25 years, the clinic is available to treat a complete range of musculoskeletal problems and diseases with a staff of 6 certified orthopedic surgeons. For an appointment, call 772-1600 or visit the Sports Medicine Clinic, now open Saturdays from 8 to 9:30 a.m. for a consultation or treatment.
In the constantly changing world of real estate, there is one company with the advantage of a name recognized by 98% of Americans, and the people who can deliver results as solid as the rock. The Prudential, rock solid in real estate.
Carpet Masters has everything for all your decorating and remodeling needs. Our large showroom offers hundreds of samples of carpet, ceramic, formica, and hardwood flooring, plus a wide variety of custom-made window coverings. Visit our Discount Carpet Center to choose from over 250 rolls of the best brand names in carpet, all at unbeatable prices. Professional installation and financing are available. Carpet Masters and Discount Carpet Center, South Hover Road, Longmont in the Walmart Shopping Center.
Hi, this is Bob Donner from Hayek Chevrolet in Longmont. One look at the all-new Aero-style Blazer tells you the world of compact sport utility will never be the same. Designed from the inside out to provide a roomy and useful interior, Blazer seeks a perfect balance of car and truck-like attributes. Come in and view and drive the all-new 1995 Blazer at Hayek Chevrolet. This is a Chevy Blazer, sleek and comfortable with all the strength of a Chevy truck.
And we are back here just in time for the kickoff of the Channel 3 IBM Game of the Week. 24 minutes left for the Longmont Trojans until they move on. If they can hold a 30-point lead to the State 4A semifinals. The big lead basically because both the offense and the defense, Greg, are getting the job done.
Well, both the offensive and defensive lines appears to be bigger and quicker than Air Academy's, and just is showing in who's being efficient.
The kick is away. Bobbled coming upfield, getting good yardage and out to about the 36-yard line. A good run back there trying to catch the number. Came from number 32, number 83.
83, Ben Chittenden on the return.
Rio Ramirez with the tackle there. 1st and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. 11:41 remaining here in the start of this second half, third quarter. Here's the toss on the option, but Latimer's in a lot of trouble. Reversing his field, has some room, is going to get positive yardage with his good speed. Gets it past the 40 for about a 5-yard pickup when he was basically going to lose 5 yards, Greg.
And that is the first time today that we have seen what we expected to see out of Darian Latimer, and you'll see it here. We got him isolated. He gets the pitch and not in a good spot. You see Jeff Miller chasing him down from behind, but just the move right there is Miller and Wheeler on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd down and 5. Here's the handoff to Latimer again. Surprisingly somewhat here as he gets only a couple on that. That we haven't seen Air Academy really try to throw the ball. Now, yes, they're going to have to establish the run. Latimer, if they're going to come back in this football game, Greg, is going to be the man to do it. But they've really got to start putting the ball up, trailing by 30 points in this second half. Third down and long 3.
What I believe they're trying to do is get their offense on track,
right?
Thinking that the Trojans looking for the passing game, see if they can't get a score and try to get back in this game using what they do best, and that's the run to Latimer.
Here's a quick slant. The pass is away, caught for a 1st down. Ryan Peterson has the 1st down. Ball at the 49-yard line. Just inside Air Academy side of the field.
Trojans in man cover there, it looked like, and protecting the outside corner. Catches a little quick slant in.
1st down and 10 from there.
Only the 5th first down for Air Academy today.
Here's the handoff to Latimer. Again, just a couple as he smashes into that defensive line.
Markley doing a good job on the backside, getting hold of Latimer's feet. Stevens and Micah Del Vecchio on the tackle.
2nd down and 8. Ball just inside the Trojan side of the field. Here's the handoff. Ball's loose. Are they going to call him? They're going to call him down. Yep, they're going to call him down there. As his forward momentum was stopped before the ball came loose. Latimer with just a couple on that run.
You could hear the crowd there, and the oohs and ahs of the fumble came quite a bit after the pile had stopped.
Yeah. Here we go now, big 3rd down for Air Academy. Ball at the Trojan 45-yard line, 3rd and 4. Latimer is to the near side of the field. We'll do a counter, hand the ball to him. He'll drive close to the 1st down. It depends on the spot. I think he's going to be short. He's going to be short of the 1st down.
A little inside counter. They run the wing counter fakes both sides. And
oh yeah,
Latimer gets into the pile, gets driven back on the contact.
big hit there, drives him back, unable to get that first down. But no surprise, the Cadets have to get into the end zone, so they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Again, Latimer to the near side of the field.
They put him in the wing slot again. Look for another wing counter.
They do the counter. Timeout is going to be called by Air Academy. This will give us a chance to thank our sponsors of Channel 3 Sports Football, starting with IBM, Blackjack Pizza, Carpet Masters of Colorado, First National Bank, Formby Ford of Fort Lupton, Front Range Indoor Flea Market, Golden's Companies, Front Range Solid Wood Furniture, Grease Monkey of Longmont, Hayek Chevrolet Geo Olds, High Gear Cyclery, Longmont Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic, Richard L. McManaman, orthodontist, and the Prudential LTM Realtors. Big 4th down, huge play basically for Air Academy as they trail by 30. 4th down and 1. Latimer comes in motion. They'll hand the ball off to him. Trying to get outside, and he is knocked down. Will not get the first down.
Kosetsky and Bernard doing a great job of stringing out the play. Latimer can't get his shoulders turned upfield. That's a play that he has got to get the shoulders turned upfield and make some north-south running. Let's take a look at it here. You got him in the wing. You know it's going to be a wing counter. Trojans catch it. Kosetsky pushes him out. Bernard on the tackle.
Cuts his legs out. Big play there by the defense. 1st and 10 ball at the 45-yard line for the Trojans. They'll hand the ball on a counter to Gaddis. Gaddis keeps on his feet, has good yardage, and breaks down inside the 40 to about the, well, they're going to call it just about the 40-yard line. If Mike can keep his feet there, Greg, he might have gone into the end zone.
A little adjustment to the play we were looking for earlier. You see the little X block with the guards pulling. Gaddis beats the one man, has a lot of room in the defensive backfield.
Just barely knocked out the feet from underneath of him, and that stops him at the 40-yard line after a 15-yard gain. 1st and 10 there. Take the handoff to Daniels. Here's the pass. It's intercepted! Knocked out and then intercepted on a big play by number 51, Mike Williams. That was well done by the Cadet linebacker.
Last time we mentioned Mike Williams' name, it was in regards to a 15-yard penalty. This time he makes a key play, steps in front of Gabler on the throw and just makes a great catch for about a 5-yard interception.
Put his hands up, sort of knocked the ball, and then was able to pull it down for the interception. Big break there. Turnovers now even for the two teams. That'll give Air Academy the ball 1st and 10 at the Trojan 46-yard line. 6:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Latimer on the wing once again gets the ball.
There again, trying to get upfield. He'll get positive yardage there.
That time doing a good job by Latimer there is that he cannot allow the Trojan speed to string him out. He's got to turn it upfield and get some positive yardage. If you see Latimer on the wing, you got to figure it's going to be a wing counter coming in your way.
That counter has come every time. I wonder when they're going to pull up the fake there and look for somebody going downfield.
Also, possible key off of that play would be a crossbuck where you actually hand to the first counter coming through, which would be the wing on the other side.
2nd and 6. They do hand off to the front man through. He gets out in the open field. He's breaking to the 10 and 5. Touchdown there for the Air Academy Cadets. It's Tyler Nelson, 184-pound blocking back. Runs the ball 34 yards for the touchdown for the Cadets on that play.
As you just mentioned, Michael, every time he's been in the wing, they've given the ball to Latimer. This time, straight up to the fullback, option number 1. Big touchdown run gets the Air Academy team back into the game after the Trojan turnover.
That was a 44-yard check, 44-yard touchdown run. Okay, they're going to line up here and go for 2. Motion on the far side of the field. Equal roll, look, throws, and it is knocked down by Miller. So the score will remain 30-6 with 5:51 remaining here in the third quarter.
Geek sees the receiver coming over the middle, picks it up, locks on him, allows the Trojan defense to come to the ball and knock down the pass.
He was open until, as you mentioned, he locked on him. That allowed the linebackers to see right where he was going. Miller gets over, knocks it down, nearly is able to come up with the interception. So the Cadets answered, Greg, and they had to. They had to come downfield and get some points, and they did.
Well, the Trojans in the second half have run 2 offensive plays.
One of them was the interception turnover that set up that touchdown run by Tyler Nelson, 44 yards out.
Trojan defense not happy about giving up some points.
Are they going to try the onside here? They're bringing everyone over to the far side of the field. There they go. They pooch it downfield, and Daniels will just cover it up at about the 25-yard line.
And a very effective play by Air Academy. Too bad that Wes Daniels did not see all the Air Academy players on the right side of the field. To his right would have been nothing but green grass on which to run.
He had the chance, I thought, to pick up that ball there. If he elects to pick it up and come to the near side of the field, as you mentioned, he would have had quite a bit of green in front of him in the end zone. It's 1st and 10, ball at the 26-yard line, the handoff to Gaddis. Gaddis is pulled down, ball is loose. Cadets have it. They will have another turnover. No, Trojans, excuse me. There was a 2 he was holding up, meaning second down. I thought he was pointing, meaning the Cadets had the ball on the turnover.
The one-line judge was pointing in the favor of Air Academy, but the other lineman came in and changed the call.
Recovered by the Trojans, making it 2nd down and 8. Here's the pitch to Daniels, looking for some blockers, trying to get him. He'll get some help, get outside. We're going to have a holding, though, on John Gaddis, it looks like, at least if that's the call. As Daniels did get the first down, if it stands.
Mike Williams, the victim of a hold, and
we're going to have a face mask. Okay, they're going to call a face mask there.
And Gaddis on the block gets up in the face mask. Let's see if we can see it here on the pitch. You see Daniels coming in,
there,
and Gaddis had the hand up underneath. And
you cannot go to the face if you are a blocker.
One of those incidental calls there, Michael.
He got his hands, actually got his hands around the face mask there, which brought the brought the penalty flag. Still deciding where they're going to mark this off from.
On the field, Mike, you can hear there, that's Mike Evans trying to rally the Trojans, let them try to regain some of the momentum. He's trying to get his team pumped up.
It'll be 2nd down and 23 for the Trojans. The ball moved all the way back to the 13-yard line on the call. So it was a 15-yard face mask penalty. And now the Trojans have a long way to go to get to that 1st down marker with 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. The lead has been cut to 24. It's 30-6 in favor of the Trojans.
Trojans can't make a mistake down here.
Nope. Martinez going to throw. He's going to air it out. He has Spath wide open. He has it. 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and they catch him at the 2. Great effort there to come downfield and catch Kent Spath after the huge play. See if Aaron can tell me how far a pass play that was. Spath is pulled down. Huge play here.
Take a look at it here. Just good play action fake. Martinez hits Spath, cutting away. He knows the speed of Air Academy defensive backs. He's trying to get away from him. Just a dive by Tyler Nelson to keep it only to an
84-yard completion there, all the way down to the 2-yard line where it's first and goal, call it the 3. Here's the handoff. Daniel straight up the middle, touchdown, standing up. 36-6.
And Daniels now with his 3rd touchdown. We told you earlier in the first half, Daniels had 3 then, but Polder actually got the first touchdown for the touchdown or for the Trojans. Now Daniels gets his 3rd touchdown.
Okay, we'll have a 2-point conversion attempt here from Martinez and the offensive backfield. They'll hand the ball, no, fake to Gaddis. Here's the pitch to Daniels. He's going to have to try to get outside. He does, and gets in for the 2-point conversion, making it 38-6. 4:21 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Longmont answers with the big 84-yard pass play. We'll take a look here at the replay. The pitch, and Wes Daniels makes this one work with speed as they had the linebacker on him, but he was able to get away from the linebacker, turn it up, and get to the corner just inside the marker for the 2-point conversion. And I tell you what, we have to give some credit there to Tyler Nelson on that 84-yard pass play. Kent Spath had a good 5 yards, 5-6 yards when he caught the ball, but Nelson was able to cut the gap and make the tackle at the 3-yard line. Okay, here's the kick away. Coming downfield, picked up by Lynn. He turns aside and gets out to about the 19-yard line. Steve Lynn there. About a 17-yard run back.
Look there on the Trojan sideline.
First and 10 for Air Academy. 4:07 clock running in the 3rd quarter. Just under 4 minutes. Again, they bring Latimer out, going to possibly look for that counter again. Hand off to the up man. The play worked for the touchdown last time Air Academy had the ball. This time, however, it gets about 5 yards to Darian Latimer, so I take that back. Latimer did get the run. Cut it up inside, though, instead of trying to go outside with it that time, Greg.
Last weekend, we watched that wing counter all game long to confuse the Cougars, and Air Academy starting to use the wing counter more and more as this game's progressing. They've found a little bit of success, especially when they switch up.
Here's handoff to Latimer, barreling his way through, gets out into the secondary, keeps on his feet, and has a good 13-yard gain. That's the longest run Latimer has had this afternoon, Greg. That'll be a 1st and 10 at the 36.
Some of the buzz at halftime was that the Trojans quite possibly could keep Latimer under 100 yards for today's game. But as he's starting to pick up chunks of yardage right now, we'll keep an eye with Aaron checking on
Rio Ramirez with the tackle. He has 21 carries for 73 yards, so it'll be a tough chore for the defense to hold him under 100, but definitely they've gotten the job done as he has not had the huge day. Handoff again to Latimer, this time stacked up right at the line of scrimmage and knocked down. A host of Trojans in on that one.
You find Markley in there. You find Alvin
Delvecchio,
Rafferty, and Micah Delvecchio.
Great play there by the defensive line. They stacked that one up right away. 2:22 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 38-6, Trojans lead the Cadets. And yes, it's Cadets, not Cadets. They are on the campus of the Air Force Academy, is where this high school is located. We have motion, passes away. As the penalty flags, though, came down, stopping the play.
And Geek's got to be happy that the whistles blew when they did, because he had 2 Trojans bearing down on him hard.
He was in a lot of trouble, to say the least. We're going to have a procedure call against the Cadets. 5-yard penalty will be second down now and 15. From the 32-yard line. Under 2 minutes now remaining in the third. Power I backfield. Behind Geek. He'll drop straight back. Quick hitter, but his receiver was not looking at him. It was intended for number 42, Blake Whitman, but Whitman had not even yet turned around, Greg, to look for the ball.
And that's what good quarterback pressure does to you. If you can get to the quarterback, you force him to throw before either he or his receivers are ready. Michael, if the Trojans hang on to win this game tonight, or the day, the coaching staff will be on the expressway getting up to Jeffco Stadium to watch the Wheat Ridge Farmers taking on the Sierra team.
Stallions. There's the pitch to Latimer looking upfield, but he is not going to, well, he's going to get good yardage, actually. Take that back. There is a penalty flag down after a gain of about 8 yards on the run. Latimer using his size and speed to turn it up there right at the end. But we'll see what the penalty flag is all about. But you're right, that's a big football game going on at Jeffco Stadium there between the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams and the Stallions and the Farmers in that football game.
And the Trojan coaching staff will get to see another excellent running back in that game tonight in Tetris Nunn, who they're somewhat familiar with. They played him here last year on a very sloppy field that affected his performance just a little bit, but Tetris Nunn up over 1,800 yards on the season. So the
second and 4A to Latimer.
So the Trojans once again, and if they face Sierra, we'll be looking at another potent running attack. But they've done a good job today shutting down Latimer.
It was a clipping call that marked off the yardage. As you see, bringing up third down, and how far are we looking at here? Quite a bit. Third and forever, let's call it. Let's call it at least 30. Third and 30. Wheat Ridge, I want to mention real quick, has a couple of good running backs themselves. So no matter who the Trojans, if they hold on, will be facing good running teams. Okay, here's the play. They're going to set up a screen pass. The ball is tipped, and hits the ground for an incompletion, which was about the best thing that could have happened for the Cadets in that situation. They set up for the screen play, sold it semi-well, but then the Trojans figured out what was going on, dropped back, and luckily it wasn't intercepted for the Cadets.
Well, the Trojans get through the line. They say, hey, we've been getting through the line pretty easy today, but not this easy.
But this
Something's
is too
up.
easy.
Let's get the hands up in the air. And
ball was tipped. Good play there by the defense again. They just absolutely dominated outside the one big 44-yard touchdown run. They have been just impressive. Okay, here's the kick away. Wes Daniels to receive it. He'll call fair catch and have it at the 44-yard line.
Always looks
First and 10 there.
Michael, it always looks like Wes Daniels is just real hesitant to call that fair catch because he doesn't give you the real sure hand waving. He kind of is like regretting the opportunity not to run the ball back.
Definitely wanted to run it. Well, we have a second here. Let's give some congratulations to the Longmont Trojans volleyball team. State champions, all right. Great job. They won last Saturday night.
Back-to-back champions in the
5A last year, 4A this year. So congratulations to Fran Sixkiller and the Trojan volleyball team. Penalty flags are down as Gaddis is rumbling for great yardage down inside the 30. About a 16-yard run, but we'll see what the penalty is.
And Michael, let's continue with the volleyball story. Let's give some congratulations to Lori Davies.
Lori Davies
just had an outstanding tournament.
She made the All-State team. Also, Molly Jans from Longmont made that team. Nikki Pins. So 3 All-Staters from that volleyball team, and Coach Fran Sixkiller, again, congratulations as they go back and win the state title. Great effort. There was some question that we saw them play against Loveland in a volleyball game earlier this year. They won in 2 games out of the match. They won the match in 2 games. Looked a little bit lackadaisical within both of those games, but you could really tell they had the talent to get it done, and they repeated as state champions.
At that point in time, they didn't feel that they had really had their identity settled, and went up to a tournament at Cherry Creek the following week, lost a couple matches up there, and then just got on a roll and I guess developed their personality.
And they win the state championship. Here's the pitch to Wes Daniels, but he's going to find the quickest way to get out of bounds. As that play was defensed nicely by the Cadets. Mike Williams helps make sure he goes out of bounds. But again, real good to see the Trojan volleyball team repeat as state champions.
And Coach Francis Killer just showing her superb coaching skills. A couple state titles now with Longmont. Go with the ones that she garnered at Lions.
Here's the pitch. They're going to do an end around. They get the ball, and it's in the hands of Polder. Polder gets some blocks from Wes Daniels. Is downfield, has to cut inside, and will get down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. He'll pick up the first down. Jeff Polder on the end around.
And Tom Martinez down there leading the way, gets a good block.
Good block. Sprung him for another 5-6 yards at least. As the reverse works nicely. Double reverse. Trojans first and 10.
They've not had the ball in Polder's hands a lot today, but he's always capable of doing so much with it once he gets it in his hands with his running ability.
That's the end of the third quarter. 38-6, the Longmont Trojans lead. Their fans are very happy. 12 minutes away from moving on to the state 4A semifinals.
Every 3,000 miles, your car needs its oil change to help keep it running smoothly. At Grease Monkey, our experienced technicians can take care of all your car's fluid maintenance needs. We specialize in quick lubes, so you can have your oil change in just 10 minutes, and no appointments are necessary. So stop in and relax. We'll do all the work while you wait. There's no reason to go anywhere else, because Grease Monkey guarantees your satisfaction. Do yourself and your car a favor by going to Grease Monkey, 1230 Florida Avenue, just off the Diagonal Highway.
Are back here for the start of the fourth quarter of the Channel 3 Sports IBM Game of the Week. 12 minutes remain if the Trojans can hold on to this 32-point lead, and they're looking to add to it. They will move on to the semifinals.
And they continue to drive against Air Academy. Air Academy's only stopped them a couple times, and that was
one of those was a turnover, right? The other one was the first drive of the game. Here's the pass to get the ball out into the hands of Polder. He's going to be driven out of bounds as Spath tries to block but isn't able to do so. Darian Latimer, one of those who helped push him out of bounds. We'll see what that penalty flag is all about. It's going to be about a 4-yard gain.
Looks like it's going to be a push in the back as Spath got away with one earlier, and then as the tacklers got on to Polder, he pushed him in the back again, and he's going to get flagged for the second infraction.
I think that Spath is going to be the one they're going to call this on. There's the call there. And Spath, as I mentioned, tried to get the block there, but really was caught, as you see here on the play. It wasn't able to really help Polder much at all, and instead, there you see the penalty right there.
And then that's the one they call.
And then helps do that. That's going to get the flag when it's so obvious right there in the pile. Now, the penalty could have been worse. They were downfield a bit, so they go again from the spot of the infraction. So it's second down and 22. Ball at the 40 now. Take the hand off to Daniels, looking for Spath, looking. He crosses into the middle. They pass the ball to the other tight end, though. Tried to get the ball to Brad Morse, and Morse was hit hard.
Tom Martinez, that time, just waited a little too long for Morse to come through his pattern. Actually ran Morse into coverage. and had checked off a Spath who was getting
Yes.
some coverage over the middle. As the ball was thrown, Spath opened up and Morse went into coverage.
Second down now and 22. Here's the handoff to Daniels. He'll get ahead for good. He breaks through and gets more. Still on his feet and gets down to about the 22-yard line. Big pickup there of 17 yards.
You just can't say enough about the way Wes
Wow.
Daniels runs once he gets contact. You'll see here, it looks like just a short little carry.
Right there, he
Gets
looks like he's
stopped.
going to be caught. Nope.
Keeps the legs going, puts the head down, picks up an extra 15 yards.
Good run there. That'll put the ball at the 23-yard line for third down and 4. Martinez sparks the signals, hands the ball off to Daniels. He has the first down, stumbles ahead, and that'll get the ball down to about the 18-17, we'll call it, for first and 10 there for the Longmont Trojans. 11:06 to go here in the ball game. First and 10 there. Straight drop. Martinez looking under some pressure and will be brought down for a sack.
And that's going to be the first time they've actually got to him and kept him down today for a sack.
They've had some chances, you're right. Nate Gibson with the sack. Big 199-pound offensive lineman. What the heck, let's call him 200-pounder. Gets him down.
That time it looked like a little bit of cover 3 defense, 3 defensive backs deep. Martinez had all 3 of his receivers in the end zone. None of them were open. Had nowhere to go. Did not realize Wes Daniels was beside him for the release.
Daniels will run forward here. He'll get about 5 yards on that run. Get the ball to the 17-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and 8 or 9, depending upon the spot here. Let's call it 9. Under 10 minutes now remaining for the Trojans. They're looking to move on with a 32-point lead and get more here against this Air Academy football team. Straight drop. Here's the pass. Oh, unable to catch the ball is Jeff Polder. And the big split end is unable to catch that one. Polder 5'11", 164. Ball slips through his hands. Bringing up fourth down here. It looks as though Longmont will go for it. Martinez checks the signals. Stays in the game.
Aaron McCleve, who's had a big game today, checks in. Gaddis checks out.
Single back is Wes Daniels.
Watch
Polder
the tight
and
end.
Spath.
Watch the tight end up the middle on this.
Here's the quick hitter trying to get the ball to Polder, and Polder drops his second pass in a row. And that'll make it first and 10 for Air Academy. Ball at the 17-yard line.
That pass is just a little bit behind Polder.
Yep. Martinez did a good thing there. He waited, though, for the defender to get, or for Polder to get by the defender.
As you get farther along in the playoffs, teams are seeing more and more of your highlights.
Yep.
And Longmont has used that inside screen quite a bit. Expect teams to be able to defense it.
And Air Academy has not been fooled on that play even once today. They have been out there each time. I don't know how Polder caught that ball, if he could have even gotten the first down. I don't think so, but it's academic. Now here's the handoff to Latimer on the counter, trying to fight hard. He'll get a good 7 yards on that run out to about the 25-yard line. We'll bring up second down and 3.
Shane Stevens trying to track him down from behind. You take a look at it here, and you see the little counter inside.
Inside. They haven't gone outside with him with very much luck, but the inside has worked, but for gains, the Longmont defense is glad to give up. They're glad to give him 5-6 yards. Oh, he battles through and will have the first down as he steps over people. There you see that size of Latimer as he high steps his way through the defensive line and will get the first down out past the 30. Under 9 minutes now remaining in this football game.
Let's take a look at the replay. Once again, they run Latimer up in between the tackles. And one of the reasons you do not see them trying to get him wide is because of the team speed of the Trojan defense.
Definitely more team speed for the Trojans. They're trying to go up the middle, but again, at this point in the game, the Trojans will give up those kind of runs. Geek looking, throws the ball downfield over the head of his intended receiver, Blake Whitman, bringing up 2nd down and 10. And again, great coverage by the secondary of the Trojans.
Good coverage, and Geek just not looking real comfortable in the pocket. Almost standing up on his tiptoes when he throws that ball, and the ball is delivered high.
That is about the 3rd or 4th pass he has thrown high over the middle. He's paid for it with an interception, but I tell you what, if he keeps that ball up going over the middle, another one of those safeties or corners is going to come down with an interception. 2nd down and 10. Here's a handoff. Latimer trying to get something, can't. Good effort there. We'll see at the bottom of the pile who that was. Made the big play for the Trojans there. I think it was Micah Del Vecchio.
And it also looks like Alden Rafferty was there. Mentioned those
Alden
two
Rafferty.
guys.
Correct.
Mentioned those two guys in tandem quite a bit today on the tackles.
Koseski also went on the tackle there. 3rd down and 9. As Air Academy probably in 2 down the rest of the way here, meaning that they're going to go for it on 4th down. So they're going to try and make up whatever they can here. Give themselves a chance. Here's the quick hitter. This time they'll have it. And this is out. Good yardage past the 50 and down to the 47-yard line. They shortened the route that time and got the ball to Blake Whitman this time, and he's able to run downfield for good yardage.
That's the first time they've been able to hit that real quick hitter today. When you send 4 guys in the pattern short, someone's going to be open.
First down and 10. Ball inside Trojan territory at the 49. A lot of time, though, rolling off the clock. Under 7.5 to remain in the football game. They'll pitch the ball to Latimer. He'll get about a yard on the run. See if he's getting close to 100 yards, but well under his average, which was over 200 and some yards a game. 2nd down and 9.
We had mentioned that the defenses get a little tougher as you go on in the state playoffs. Right up around 90 yards right now.
90 yards, so he has about 6 minutes, 50 seconds to get 10 more to break 100. But again, way under his season average, which was about 220 some yards. Here's the pass out to Latimer. Skipping around, gets outside and will be knocked out of bounds. We're going to have a penalty flag coming down from the opposite side of the field. Now, we're going to see if it was a play away from the ball as number 84, Mike Steers, and number 25, Mike Bernard, I believe, are out pushing each other. And there's a personal foul call. And I've been watching that go on the last couple plays, Greg. That's why I saw that coming. Mike Bernard goes over and says, why? But those two have been pushing each other after the play is done the last couple of plays. And this time the referee throws the flag. And they're going to go offsetting, which I think is a fair thing to do here. Are they going to call this against the Cadets?
Well, one of the things that happens when you have a football team that's worked so hard all season and to get so far, once you start getting blown out of a football game, the frustration levels start to mount, and you can see Michael, you can see little bouts going on after the play on almost every down from here on out.
Okay, so that play was not called. It was not called against Mike Bernard, so there was no penalty against the Trojans. That was against Air Academy, so that makes it 3rd down and 18. And again, they're going to have to make back some of this yardage if they're going to want to try to get this play on 4th down. Here's the pass. Nice attempt, but Steers is unable to run underneath of it on the quick hit. 4th down and 18.
The Trojan defensive pass pressure has just not allowed Geek to set his feet and deliver the ball the way he needs to.
Everything down here.
Everything is being thrown off that back foot, and we hate to harp on that, but you can see it in the passes being short or overthrown.
As we mentioned, they have to go for it, basically. They have no other choice. 4th down and 18. Latimer in the power I is your feature back. Dropping back, leave lots of people on him. Here's the pass downfield. It's caught and then dropped. Are they going to call? They're going to call an incomplete pass. I think that's the correct call. He'd have been short of the first down anyway. Gabe Munoz with the hit there.
Well, Gabe Munoz and Rio Ramirez, big hits right as the ball is delivered.
Brian Peterson was unable to gather the ball in, but again, Peterson would have been about 2-3 yards short anyway, Greg, of the first down. 6:26 remaining in the football game.
And Wes Daniels is going to have the rest of the afternoon off, it looks like.
Yep,
Him and
Daniels
Tom Martinez
is at the end of the bench there, sitting down. Martinez will not play either, it looks like, so it looks as though the Trojans are going to put this one away. Here's the handoff and getting good yardage downfield is Tony DeFalco. DeFalco gets about 7-8 yards, and you see the
well, as in most successful football programs, the Trojans don't rebuild, they reload, and you're seeing some of the future here.
They're getting it done. Martinez and Daniel sitting down. As you see Gabler is in the football game. He'll hand off to the up back.
McManaman
driving hard.
They're going to whistle him down, but he was still driving forward.
Barry McManaman running hard. There you see Wes Daniels, big football game. We'll try to get number one. Well, we'll see. They're going to have a big game. Sitting right next to him to the other side there.
John Gaddis.
And there we go. First down now. Ball is at the 27-yard line. John Gaddis there. Gaddis is out for the game. Tom Martinez is out as well. Here's the handoff going again to Tony DeFalco. And DeFalco is down inside the 15. More wholesale changes.
And now the number one offensive line comes out of the game.
Comes out to big cheers as they have done a great job.
And leading the cheers for that offensive line is Coach Vandermolen. Been with them for 23 years. His offensive lines always do a spectacular job.
Well, they have done a great job in this football game. All second stringers here with about 5 minutes remaining in the football game out on the field for the Trojans. Gabler drops back looking. He'll pass. It's caught down at about the 4 or 5 yard line. We'll see who caught that ball.
Noah Stiles on that catch. Saw him a couple weeks ago. A speedster. Catching
second down and 2.
Catching the route over the middle, paying the price.
Noah Stiles, 6'2", 160. Split end, he's a junior.
Once again, it was Aaron Martinson, our stats guy, who told us that he was the speed demon.
Aaron's done his usual great job. 4:22 remaining in the football game. Here's the handoff, driving inside, getting close to DeFalco. Called about the, we'll call about the 1. That will be a first down.
But DeFalco, just a sophomore, 5'11", 175 pounds. Looks like a natural fit at that tailback position. Listed as a fullback on the roster, but
yes, came in here, you're absolutely right, allowing McManaman to block in front of him.
Saw McManaman a couple weeks ago, featured at the tailback position late in the game. This week it's DeFalco.
Everyone getting their turn. Here's the handoff to DeFalco. He breaks in for the touchdown. All right, Tony DeFalco. The sophomore comes in and gets a touchdown, making it 44-6 on the scoreboard with 3:53 remaining in the football game.
Take a look at it here. DeFalco gets the ball and plenty of running room.
Just getting the job done for the defensive line.
And,
the offensive line, excuse me. Defensive line pushing, being pushed back there.
Tom Martinez thinking his day was done, but he's got responsibilities as the holder.
He is the holder. Aaron Gabler is not, so Martinez remembers, gets on his helmet. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is good.
Lee Elder, the senior place kicker that also doubles as a basketball guard, gets the extra point.
45-6. The Longmont Trojans, let's start talking about next week. They're definitely making a statement to whoever they play in that Sierra Wheat Ridge game. And again, that game is not until evening, Saturday night. But they are definitely making a statement for the rest of the 4A playoff participants.
I think they started making their statement about 5 weeks ago when they got on this offensive roll. 2 weeks ago, we had the Durango football players sitting right in front of the booth.
Yes.
And you can see them looking wide-eyed at the Trojans. A lot of people think that they could have scored 40 points on Durango on a good field. And the Trojans putting up 45 points here in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs.
They won over Durango 23-3. Here's the kick. Coming upfield is Lind. He's out to about the 25-yard line. And we're going to see quite a few of the second stringers now on the defensive side of the ball as well. As the first string defense will also have it called a day. As you will get a chance here to see some of the kids who will be playing a couple years from now down the line.
Well, and a couple things that you get to see with Coach Kramer is he shows his appreciation to some of the kids who have been with the program for quite a while too, and whenever he gets the opportunity, he'll get them some playing time.
Yeah, he loves to give his players the chance to get in there in situations that they can get themselves some quality playing time, albeit it is late in this game. The outcome is decided with 3 minutes left.
Get a look at John Gaddis there.
Yeah, very happy.
And one of the things about this Trojan team, Michael, is that they are just really good kids to go down and talk to. John Gaddis just incredibly bright. It's one of the things that made his conversion to offense so easy. Tom Martinez, another kid who's just an outstanding individual.
Latimer is taking and turning upfield. He's at the 30, 40, 50. He's gone. He is goodbye. Down the sideline, Darian Latimer with the touchdown. Uh-oh, there is a penalty flag on the field.
Right about the Trojan 40-yard line, there's a penalty flag down, and Air Academy just cannot believe it.
Latimer you can see the size there, and the speed was the big thing there. Once he got outside, there was no chance to catch him, but disappointment without a doubt.
And it's going to
be called, yep.
And Michael, I don't know if we got it or not, but I'd love to see the replay on that because just an outstanding run by the top running back in the state.
Well, even though it's not a touchdown, here's a chance to see the guy who's just been unbelievable, well over 3,000 yards. There he goes, and then there's the speed, the afterburners, he's gone. I mean, there's no hope. He gets in the end zone for the touchdown. Unfortunately, the clipping will call that back.
He will have his 100-yard day today, but while we call Darian Latimer the best running back in the state, let's not forget Wes Daniels, who maybe he's playing in the toughest conference in which to play, especially from a defensive standpoint, the Northern Conference.
Well, you know, we'll also get really very little argument from most of the powers to be around the state. I think just about everyone will agree the 4A Northern Conference is the toughest in the state. And Wes Daniels definitely is a quality running back.
And in a lot of games, Michael, where the Trojan offense has put up a lot of points on the board, Wes has had a seat right where he has right now, sitting on the sidelines, watching some of the younger players getting some playing time. Wes Daniels and our spotter, Mike Seedorf, sitting in the booth today, said that he was so impressed with Wes Daniels as a running back that he thinks that he looks a little better than even Latimer possibly.
Well, he certainly has had way better blocking, no doubt about it. As Latimer ran down for the touchdown, he was too winded. He is not in the football game at this point. Now, there was a first down. The clipping came far enough downfield that was a 1st and 10. They hand the ball off to Tyler Nelson. He bowls ahead for 11 yards, making it 1st and 10. Ball at the 50-yard line. 2:24 remaining in the football game. 45-6 the Trojans lead over the Cadets.
Michael, while we can, let's run down some of the legacy of the running backs that have played here at Longmont High School. had an opportunity talking with Coach Van about some of the backs that they've had, and West Daniels, there you see Latimer breaking loose again.
There he goes down the sideline, trying to get himself down into the end zone, but runs hard and gets ball down inside to, let's call it about the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 there.
And you see with the defense that just can't get out to the side as fast, Latimer's looking like that running back that everyone says he is. But some of the top running backs, West Daniels has done an excellent job this year adapting, learning how to wait for blockers and set them up. You've had Eric McDonald, you've had Damon Larson, you've had Tom Rhodes, you've had some outstanding running backs. Steve Pugh for Longmont, and West Daniels just another one in a long line.
Just keep them coming. Here's the handoff again to the first man through, which has been about as effective a running play as they have had to Tyler Nelson in this football game. He has their only touchdown. And we have an injured player for the team, for Air Academy Cadets. And trying to get a good look here at who is down on the field.
And as the player land on the field, the clock ran for a little bit.
I'm not sure the Cadets would be too disappointed about that.
Michael, one of the running backs that West Daniels reminds you so much of was Matt Engelking, who played here during the state championship run, and also an outstanding punt returner. So the Trojans just keep it rolling right along.
Well, again, as we try to check here to see who the injured player is for the Cadets down on the field. See if we can spot their quarterback.
Well, Geek is at the back of the huddle.
There he is. Yes, you're right. So I'm not quite sure who it is. Latimer is also walking around, so I don't know for sure who it is.
Would imagine it's either a receiver or the tight end, because it looks like most of the interior line is also huddled up over there. Looks like
checking his leg, lower leg there.
Working on the ankle region.
On the right leg. You mentioned, well, we're going to take a quick break here, and we will come back with 1:20 remaining in the football game. Longmont well out in front.
Have you been to Front Range Indoor Flea Market lately? Front Range Indoor Flea Market is Longmont's largest flea market. Whether you're furnishing your home, decorating, or just collecting, Front Range Indoor Flea Market is the place to go. We've got everything you're looking for at great prices, all under one roof. So visit Front Range Indoor Flea Market for all your shopping needs and more. Located in South Longmont at 1420 Florida Avenue, just off the Diagonal Highway.
And we are back. Again, 1:20 remains here in this football game, still attending to the injured player.
Well, Michael, let's listening to the PA announcer. Let's see if we can't sort out what's going on. He has said that if Wheat Ridge wins, they will have a home game here at Longmont next week. If Sierra wins, it will be a coin toss.
Now, Wheat Ridge played their first game at Jeffco Stadium last week. This is another game at home. So therefore, they cannot play at home again.
Because they have two home games. Longmont has one home, one road game.
Right.
Sierra would be in the same boat, so if Sierra wins, it would be a coin toss.
Coin toss there between Sierra played their first game at home. They're playing on the road against Wheat Ridge. So it'll be a coin toss if Sierra wins the football game to just where this football game will be played. So it's a pretty good chance that could be another football game coming up here in Longmont at Everly Montgomery Field this coming weekend.
Well, the Trojan coaching staff, they're not going to be content with going home at the end of next week. They want to play at least a couple more football games.
Still trying to, we'll get a chance here to see who it is. Definitely in a lot of pain. They're going to have to carry him off. This is not good at all. Sad to see that this late in the football game and in the football season as they're carrying off number 79, John Wright. And Wright for Air Academy was their starting offensive tackle. And again, you hate to see a guy carried off the field with a $1:20 left to go in the football game, and you're trailing huge. and get an injury where he has to be helped off the field, carried off again. Number 79, John Wright for the Cadets. Okay, clock starts to run now. Here's the handoff to Latimer. Latimer has gotten over 100 yards, but he has earned every yard in this football game, Greg. He has really had it tough. As he sits on the field there, you see him definitely dejected. He has not had the big day that he had hoped to have. That basically Air Academy had to have another one of those huge days from Latimer if they were going to win this football game. And he has not had it. 30 carries for 144 yards for Latimer, which, you know, for most running backs is pretty good, but well underneath Darian Latimer. There's the play. We're going to have an interference as the pass was away to Mike Steers. And who was in there early? Did you see?
Steve Gamble in there just a little early. The
Just a
receiver
bit.
sliding down into the pattern, and Gamble had the hands up on the shoulders.
Yep.
And we'll draw the interference call.
Yep. They're going to get the interference call there.
Let's go
So
back
it'll be a first down.
Let's go back to Latimer again. And once again, it's that Northern Conference defense.
Right.
Up in the Northern Conference, they really stress defense. The Trojans have always stressed it. Coach Kramer's forte is defense, and 144 yards against the Trojan defense is a pretty good day by a running back.
Oh, yeah. But it doesn't matter who. Latimer has had a good day running the ball, but like we said, when he's averaging 220 yards, that's pretty much getting the job done. 120 under his average to this point.
And only 90 against the starting team.
33 seconds remaining. Latimer driving forward. He's down inside the 5. The Cadets will call a timeout with 26 seconds remaining in this football game. So once again, we'll talk about it. If Wheat Ridge wins, they will travel to Everly Montgomery Field. If Sierra wins, it's a coin flip to see who will, whether Longmont will travel down to Colorado Springs or whether the Stallions will come up here.
They've played, I believe, 6 times in the postseason, and the Trojans have a 5-1 record against Sierra. And that victory last year by Sierra was their first, and the first for Coach Smelcher against the
Trojans. Yes, he had some state championship losses to the Trojans, some semifinal losses, and last year was able to pull it off in the quarterfinals. And with getting 150 yards, that is enough to put Darian Latimer into the top 10 all-time in the history in the nation, high school football in the nation of running backs.
And there's a sports publication that you can probably open in the next month or so. And
see a little picture of him there.
Yeah,
here's the pitch to Latimer as he tries to get outside, driving hard for the sticks. Didn't get there.
Right now, it's a matter of pride for the Trojan defense to try to keep him out of the end zone.
But Latimer had to get over 140, I believe, in order to drop into the top 10 all-time in the nation. Aaron is correcting me. He says 122. So he has over that to become a top 10 all-time in the nation running back for a single season. Okay, here is a 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 1-yard line. Cadets trying to punch it in here for some pride. Latimer will go in standing up as he finally gets a touchdown. 45-12.
And that right there, that's a pretty telltale sign. Plus, it's something you like to see. If you got a team that's losing, you don't need to have a player celebrating their touchdown. You can see Latimer handling it with a lot of dignity and class. It's gone in the end zone, but the team still lost.
Yes, and he, I'm sure, also realizes that did this drive basically against the second team. Well, it looks as though Darren Latimer is going to line up and kick this ball.
Was doing some kicking in the pregame warm-ups.
And he's going to kick the extra point. See what happens here. The kick is up. Plenty of leg. It's well through the uprights. That makes it 45-13 with 17 seconds remaining in this quarterfinal 4A contest.
That point possibly for a scoring title there for
I'm
Latimer.
sure all the points that Latimer puts up are just more and more into the record books for the state.
If you watch Latimer coming off the field, you can see that he is not leaving anything on the field. He has given it his all today.
He certainly has. He's tried very hard.
Working his way off the field about the 20-yard line. Obviously dejected.
But he's definitely disappointed in the outcome of this football game. But what an incredible year number 20 has had for the Air Academy cadets. But the cadets just aren't going to get it done today. Too much defense for the Trojans. The kick is away. Coming downfield. Bouncing into the air. Taken by Noah Stiles. Stiles looking for some room. Splits outside, but might have done better just going upfield in that situation. Tried to go to the far side of the field. 10 seconds remaining here in the football game. They'll roll the clock, and that will do it. Won't be another snap of the ball here, so Trojans don't have to snap it. This game is done. 45-13. The Longmont Trojans have sent a message as they stop the Air Academy Cadets in this 4A quarterfinal. Again, 45-13. 45-13 final score. And we'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Dick